Hello, I'm Philip Martinez, and I recently attended a current high school board of trustees meeting. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the experience and what it was like. I attended on April 3rd, 2017. The board meeting was the current high school district, which serves about 38,000 plus students in grade levels 9 through 12. The board president's name is J. Brian Beatty. There are a total of 5 elected members. The board meeting is held once a month, and it discusses items that are presented from the superintendent's office or the business, educational services, and innovative programs, different instructions, and human resources division. So uh, anything that is on the agenda comes from them. The meeting was conducted in a pretty formal fashion. It started off with a Pledge of Allegiance and then followed right into the agenda. There were plenty of places to sit. It was a very wide open room, comfortable seating. There was a good number of people there. As you entered the room, the agenda was to your right, so it was easily available. They also had forms to fill out for people who uh, were wishing to speak in front of the board during a certain agenda. Before they touched on all the formal stuff, there was a student athlete recognition segment, which is really cool. It involved the coach from, I believe it was BHS, wrestling coach, who gave a student athlete award to a senior who had been accepted on a scholarship to Arizona State. It was very cool. The coach presented the student to the board. The board then gave the student an award, some sort of certificate, along with a couple handshakes and a photo opportunity with the parents. I thought that was really cool because it involved the community and showed that the board cared as much as they can. They continued into the agenda with they were about 10 different, at least 10 parts of the agenda that they went through. Some of it was held in closed session before the meeting began, so the public only saw the open session where they cover part of the agenda. The other part is covered in a closed session. During the open session, people were allowed to, after each section, people were allowed to come up and speak in front of the board if they wanted to. No one really did this except for someone from I believe it was Human Resources. They just came and thanked the board for their cooperation in their upcoming contract negotiations. So that was cool to see how people communicate through these board meetings between different organizations. It was a little confusing at first to understand the outline of the agenda, and they kind of go through it fairly quickly. If But I found if you read along and you can kind of understand what they're talking about, they would have different people speak about different matters. One was concerning some money that they were receiving from the government and how they were going to allocate the funds and to where. And then there was another presentation about remodeling certain schools and updating. And so people would show their findings, and then the board would vote yay or nay on if they wanted to move forward with certain aspects of certain projects, which was really interesting how they approve. It was interesting to see how they approve these projects at different stages to uh, accomplish the end goal. It was really interesting overall. Um, Being from the current high school district myself, it was fun to see how it worked. That's all I have for today. Thank you for listening to my report.